We're about to begin. Here we go. First battle of the top 16. Yokoi versus Vaca. Yokoi in the lead for the first run. All right, let's watch the replay. So, two very obvious and big mistakes for Vaca. Look at him throw it in here. Throw it a bit too hard. The car slides out. He starts to straighten up and has to cut across the course to try and catch up with Yokoi. Yokoi right out there in the lead. Great lead run from him. Vaca doing his best to try and catch up and still maintain a drift. Of course, there's no reason to drive straight here. This is a drifting competition. And then once again, just here to the left of the screen, Vaca spinning out and slowing down. Yokoi completing the course with no problem. So these are our live commentators for this weekend. In the middle there, Nobushige Kumakubo from Team Orange, a former D1 Grand Prix champion himself. Giving his professional opinion on the battle that we just saw, although the result is going to be fairly obvious. Manuel should get a big penalty for that, and there we go, a -1 penalty for cutting across the track. So that is a 7.5 to 2.5 in favor of Yokoi after the first battle. So Manuel not looking good. That's not an easy score to recover from. So Manuel's going to have to do the drive of his life here if he wants to try and win this. But of course Yokoi, very, very skilled in the chase position. Manuel would have to hope that Yokoi would straighten out or lose his drift somehow. Here we go, second battle now. Vaca in the lead. Yokoi chase car with a big advantage in this battle. Wow, an amazing chase run from Yokoi. Keeping it a bit conservative at the beginning here, giving Vaca a bit of space to see what he does in the lead there. And it looked like when it got towards the end of the run, Yokoi figured out that Vaca was doing a pretty good lead run and decided to catch right up to him. So watch this here going into the bottom part of the course, Sector 3. Great angle there from the lead car, Vaca. And watch this as they come around through Sector 4 into Sector 5 hairpin. Yokoi seizes the opportunity and tucks right in, right here. You can see him dive in, accelerate in, right up to Vaca's door. The result here should be fairly obvious, considering Yokoi had that 7.5 point advantage over Manuel's 2.5 knockdown from a 3.5 due to Manuel cutting the course. Of course, that was a course cut that was not required to stay parallel with the car in front, which is why he got that penalty. And there we have the result there. So 6.5. So great fight from Manuel Vaca there, close score in the second run. But unfortunately, add those two together, 14 to 6.5. The winner of that first battle, knocking out Manuel Vaca, Masashi Yokoi. So here comes our second battle, USA versus USA. It's a bit unfortunate for these guys. One of them is going to have to go down after this battle. It'll be car 24, Michael Esser versus car 25, Matt Field. All right, here comes USA versus USA here in Tokyo. Let's watch the replay here. Look at this lead run here from Michael Esser. Throws it in really early, leaving Matt Field behind a long way. Matt Field, you see they're pulling the handbrake, the rear tires locking up, trying to get that angle. He needs to get that same angle as Michael Esser. It's right here, just a little bit further behind Esser. Matt Field, watch Matt Field dive in here. Matt Field getting very aggressive towards the end of the track. From here onwards, watch the chase car, watch Field after the switchback, diving in over the Sector 5 hairpin. Watch this right here. Matt setting his car up. There it goes, diving right up against the door of the BMW. Michael Esser, but still not as good of an angle. Remember what I was talking about before? It doesn't matter how close you are. If your angle isn't equal to the car in front, it doesn't make it as good of a drift. So a good effort there from Matt Field in the back, but I get the feeling that it's going to be Michael Esser in the BMW that's going to get the better score out of that run. And there you go. Actually, it was the other way around there. Matt Field with the 8. Michael Esser in the lead with a 7.5. That just goes to show that aggressive run at the end there really paid out in favour of the chase car. Matt Field. So this time Matt in the lead. Michael Esser with a deficit in the score in the chase position. By comparing those two runs, it was really obvious who was the more aggressive driver. This time in the lead there, Matt Field. Look how early he throws in that Fair Lady's body into this corner, riding it around. Great angle, throws it straight to angle, holds it there. Michael Esser in the background there, adjusting his car's position. Here we go, great spot here. Throws it a little bit too hard. Watch the lead car pull away right there. There you go, pulling away. Michael Esser having to straighten up again and then reinitiate. It was only a slight straighten, but it was just enough to make his drift not look quite as good as the lead car. And right here, this second half of the course, when you see the lead car, Matt Field, watch this, Matt switches back. Now it's Esser's chance here to tuck right in like Field did to him, but he doesn't do it. Watch the lead car start to pull away. Chase car Esser, not as good of an angle, losing proximity very slightly over the finish line. So the chase car in this run, already with the disadvantage, had every opportunity to make up for it. I don't think it's going to be enough. It may be, and there we go, we have an even score between these two. So 15 all from both of those runs. All right, so the way it works in this situation is I had to lean over and have a look at the scoring computer. So that means that it will be Michael Esser that gets the win. If you look at the way it works in this competition with this is whoever got the highest lead score,
how do you feel right now?
Because the lead scores are essentially judged exactly the same as the qualifying runs during the battles. So even though it was an even score, whichever driver did the better lead run is the one who's going to win. And in this case, it was Michael Esser with a 97.98 lead run versus Matt Field's 97.36 lead run. So that's how it works in this competition. Whoever does the best lead run. So what that means is we sometimes see these drivers tactically do a lead run. For example, if they think they're up against an opponent who's not as good as they are, or they want to try and conserve their car slightly, they won't do an extremely aggressive lead run. This is to prevent people doing that. comes our next battle now. Masato Kawabata versus Shahab Bishaniada. First battle, this time Kawabata in the lead in the first run. All right, let's take a look at the replay here. Great fast entry from the lead car, but still good entry there in the chase position. Shahab taking that inside line to try and catch up with the lead with the lead car. Kawabata, but Kawabata there, look at him put the power down, rocketing away from Shahab and into the sector 3 hairpin. Now watch the chase car, watch Shahab do his best to flick the car around to try and slow it down in time to accelerate into sector 4. But Kawabata slowly pulling away from Shahab's chase. And by the time they get over the finish line, Shahab is not any closer to the lead car. Now the score here might not be as different as you might think. Even though Shahab was a long way back, his drifting was still very good. Good angle, good speed. So it may be a fairly close result for this battle. Maybe a 1 point difference between the two, if anything. Okay, there we go. So there's the result. Lead car 7.5, Kawabata. Shahab, a 6. So not a bad result. It was the fact that Shahab was doing very good drifting in that chase position that gave him a 6. But the problem was he was more than 1.5 car widths away for the majority of the run. So no matter how good your drifting is in the chase position, if you're not close to the car in front, it doesn't really count for much. You're always going to lose at least 1.5 points. Go!
He did pretty good in the first run. He was nowhere near. And that's why it's a 1.5. That's he wasn't close.
Here we go! All right, here we go. Second run now. Shahab in the lead. Kawabata following. A bit of space and then flicking back again, tucking it in next to Shahab's car. Shahab goes out nice and wide, keeping his speed up, keeping his angle up, but Kawabata right there with him. Look at that, perfect one, like about a 1 car width between the two over the finish line. Almost a textbook example of a chase run there from Kawabata, doing exactly what he needs to do to win this. But still, great run from Shahab there. There was a bit of an iffy moment when he dropped the wheel off there before. So the result will probably be fairly close, but I get the feeling that Kawabata is going to win that after that amazing chase run. And there we have the final result there. Kawabata 16.5. And Shahab Bishaniada an 11 overall score between those two. So still a great fight there from Shahab. Good to see him out here today. Finally making it through. He wasn't able to make it into battle yesterday due to car troubles. Coming out here today in a borrowed car, doing a great job of it too. But unfortunately, Shahab knocked out by yesterday's first place winner, Kawabata.
まだ笑顔を合わせてですね、グレッグのこれもうまくかわしましたね。はい。さあということですね。ツイソーバトルトーナメントの方、さあ、4戦目に参りたいと思いますけども、続い
So
ては
once again, great job there, Shahab Bishaniada. It was the first time we've seen him in battle, but once again, unfortunately, getting knocked out by Kawabata and getting knocked out by yesterday's first place winner. It's not a bad thing. So that's the end of the day for Shahab. Kawabata will move on to the best 8. And he'll be going up against the winner of the next battle we're about to have between Daigo Saito and Shanatpom Kurtpiam from Thailand. So the potential for a Daigo Saito versus Kawabata fight in the best 8, that's going to be interesting.
先ほどの川松選手になく探ってね距離を当てるのではなくて X 選手なので安心して飛び込めると思うので大悟選手の左側ここから見れると思います。これは見ものですね。若いながら結構こう年というかそうですね。X 選手は中国ラウンドだったり、ロシアの D1 だったりといろんな国のコンペティションに参加してますので、経験は豊富です。はい。
最年少ってことですね。S さんは
そうですね。23歳。はい。さあ、それにしても今回ねこの斉藤大吾選手の走りはちょっと見るたんびになんかドキドキしますよね。いや見せつけられてるような。そうですね。はい。さあそれでは参りましょう。
Number 10 from Japan, Daigo Saito versus number 22 from Thailand.
So here comes our next battle, Daigo Saito from Japan versus Shanatpom Kurtpiam, otherwise known as S, from Thailand in his Alteza. Here we go, first run now. Daigo Saito in the lead. So already a great amount of angle there from Daigo Saito, flicking it back. S quite shallow there, just trying to catch up with Daigo Saito. Daigo in the lead there, powering away. Already his car settled down, squatting down over those back tires, the power going through them. S's car, they're sort of falling back slightly, not really settled down enough to get the power down as much as Daigo Saito. So S, they're cutting across the course. That's okay. That's not going to get him a penalty. So S keeping his angle fairly low for the entire track and still not really catching up to Daigo Saito. This is his last chance here to try and get up next to Daigo's door. Not able to do it. Daigo flicking around there. You can see out towards the wall and over the finish line right there.
ちろんね、それに合わせたグリップス、ハイグリップのタイヤがあったりとか、車重だったりとかっていうところがあるので、まあもちろんその辺は妥協しないのが斉藤選手ですから、自分が納得のいく車でしか大会出ませんから、今回の GTR は本当に手強い車だと思います。
さあ、ポイントが出ました。まず大悟選手 8.5、そして S 選手 8.0 ということで、
ちょっと前が取りましたね。ちょっとでは S 選手が追いつけなかった、そして追いついたと思うところも角度が薄かったということで、逆に取られなかったですね。
大悟選手にアドバンテージが入りました。さあ、それでは2本目参りたいと思います。 Here we go!
Ready, go!
ここは大悟選手は距離を空けてこないと思います。
Second one now, this time S in the lead in the Altezza. Daigo Saito chasing.
来ましたよね。はい。近いですよ。近すぎですよね。
あれ、これは接触。
はい、これはね。
Daigo Saito stopping dead on the track. Was that a missed shift? Shifting down right there. Maybe the car didn't go into gear. Let's watch the replay here. So good entry from both these guys. S in the lead, great entry there. Daigo Saito's car hopping up over that little bump in the road there. Front wheel lifting off the deck. Right up against the door of S. Maybe a little tap there on the door. Daigo straightening slightly. Flicking it back out here. This is a really good lead run from S. And now watch this right here. Watch the chase car, Daigo's GTR. Right about here, he starts to stall up and straighten out. And pulls up to a stop. So could there have been a bit of collision there between Daigo and S's car? Which is why S had to cut in across the track there, and why Daigo came to a stop. So perhaps Daigo colliding with the rear of S's car. It looked to be exactly in the position where these cars have to shift down a gear. I think Daigo Saito using third in that top half of the course. So a shift miss. Losing all power, the car obviously with that anti-lag system installed. Not able to, you can hear it popping and banging for a long time as the car slowed down and stopped. So this is the time when we need the human judges to jump in and make a decision as to what happened right there. But of course, Daigo Saito did come to a complete stop after that. Lead car S's Toyota Altezza was still moving with the usual sort of speed cars have at that part of the course. All right, and there you have it. 15.5. Daigo Saito. Overall score. So obviously Daigo considered not the cause of that small collision there. So obviously the lead car, still the Altezza, was moving, but obviously not enough according to the judges. Daigo Saito colliding with him and stopping, but the cause of that incident there determined to be S's Altezza. So Daigo Saito will be the one to move forward to the best 8. Of course, we did have some incidents yesterday between Yokoi and Gotcha. And of course, in the final between Daigo Saito and Kawabata, where cars colliding needed to have a result decided for them by the judges.
はい、そして、ジョアオ・バリオン選手、ブラジルの選手
And another one just there. Daigo Saito and S.
もう後追いをやらしたらもう
水槽に、水槽をやら
世
せたら
界一じゃないかっていうぐらい距離が近いですから。
So interesting result there. That means we're going to see a Kawabata Saito battle very early on in the best 8. Normally we see them in the finals together.
意外にね、しっかり入り込んでポイント取ってましたから、アルカン選手もね、あまり油断してるとやられる可能性ありますからね。
Before we see that, here comes our next battle now. We have Sadagratsev from Russia and Joao Barrion from Brazil. So Arkady Sadagratsev, yesterday's third place on the podium.
ジョアオ選手も安心して飛び込んでいいと思います。でまた逆にジョアオ選手もすごくスムーズなドリフトするんで、もうアルカーシャ選手の格好の的になっちゃうんじゃないかなって気がしますよね。
ある意味追いやすい
そうですね。
走りなのかもしれません。
では行きます。Car number 20 from Russia, Arkady Sadagratsev Arkasha versus from Brazil, car number 2, Joao Barrion.
3, 2, 1, go!
Here comes our next fight. Sadagratsev versus Barrion. Sadagratsev in the lead. The Russia versus Brazil fight.
角度はいいですよ。合わせてますよ。はいはい。ちょっと入りすぎた。ちょっと入りすぎですね。はい。ちょっとね、今ね、すごく。
Wow, Barrion getting very, very, very aggressive around that final quarter. Vai Barrion, that was some good driving from him there. Got the lead run here. Sadagratsev, great lead run coming around the main corner, leaving Barrion behind. That's, I think the most interesting part of this battle was right at the end, around the final hairpin sector 5. So it's looking pretty good up until about here. Barrion slowly catching up. Watch this right here. Watch Barrion get a little bit intimate with Sadagratsev's skyline. Bit of contact there, bit of a push. Getting very aggressive. But the problem is Barrion's angle not as good as Sadagratsev. Barrion falling behind there. Sadagratsev not really too worried about that contact. Continuing on his drift. So maybe trying to Sadagratsev trying to work out a bit of aggression there. Trying to stay cool.
アスタロージナは危ないというロシア語なんですけども、はい。いやー本当に世界各国からね、エリスルのドライバーたちがこう、まあ世界初。
Of course, it doesn't make sense at this point in the game for Sadagratsev to be overly aggressive. He is definitely the favorite in this fight.
目がマジですね。当たり前ですけどね。
もちろんですね。スイッチ完全に入ってますので。
So Barrion, obviously the underdog in this fight, needs to do, but he needs to do what he needs to do in order to win this battle.
出ました。アルカーシャ選手がですね 8.0、そしてバリオン選手がやっぱり減点入りましたね。そうですね。
新聞が入りますんで。
And then we have there. That would have been. That's a bit of a shame. That would have been an even score there, but unfortunately Barrion minus 1.5.
無理しなくていいと思います。ただ無理しないようなドライバーじゃないと思いますので、見せに来ると思いますんで。
So that's a penalty being applied there, I think, for Barrion cutting the course and then making contact. If he'd have cut the course and stayed clean, it wouldn't have been a penalty. So, of course, chase cars can cut the course, but not if they're using it in order to crash into the car in front. All right, chase run this time for Sadagratsev. Joao in the lead. So very clean chase run there for Tsaragratsev. Even score in the first round. Look at this. Tsaragratsev throwing it in really late compared to the lead car. One of the best runs we've seen from Joao all day. Joao in the white Mark II in the lead there. Being chased down by the very evil-looking red headlights of Tsaragatsev's Skyline. But Tsaragratsev doing exactly what he needs to do. Look at this. Same angle as Joao. Just keeping it about 1.5 car widths away. That's exactly what he needs to do to win this competition. Like I said before, there's no reason for Tsaragratsev to get overly aggressive. And there you have it. 14-2. So Arcade, even without the penalty being applied to Joao, he would have won that battle. So great result there. Arkady Tsaragratsev from Russia getting the win, moving on to the best 8.
Near my door, near my wheel, I see the wall. I don't know what to do. どうすればいいかわからんけどとりあえず勝っちゃった。ありがとう。Good luck on the next run.
さっきのやっぱ先行の時にもう両方挟まれましたから、もうアスタローズになったんですよ。
やっぱちょっと怖かったというふうにおっしゃってましたけどね。
壁も近かったし。
そうですね。
さあ続いてはいよいよですね、日本の藤野選手が登場いたします。はい、対するは、香港のねチャールズ選手。
もう好勝負になりますよ。なぜかと言いますと。
So once again, very good drifting there. Great drifting from Joao Barrion. The best he's been all weekend, slowly getting better and better all weekend. But unfortunately, Joao getting knocked out by the Russian Tsaragratsev. We'll see him in the best 8 up against the winner of this next battle. Hideyuki Fujino from Japan versus Charles Ng from Hong Kong.
これはね、いい勝負が見られると思います。両方ね、多分ガチできますので。
さあスピードはかなりありますチャールズ選手。
負けられない戦いです
なのでもうエンジンの差、ギア機の差、そういうのも一切ありません。まるっきり一緒です。
はい。
でも2人の後はテクニック。
テクニックだけの勝負になります。これは面白いですよ。
はいはい。さあそれでは参りましょう。Let's get it on.
Car number 11 from Japan, Hideyuki Fujino versus from Hong Kong, car number 6, Charles Wang.
3, 2, 1, go!
Here comes the next battle now. Japan versus Hong Kong. Fujino in the lead. Charles Ng chase. Very aggressive entry there from Charles Ng. Well, look at this, Charles Ng bringing the heat on the entry. Look at that aggressive dive in, silhouetting the lead car, Fujino's 180SX, but Fujino already set his car up very well. Look at this, pulling away. He's already got the power down, leaving Charles Ng a bit flat-footed behind him, pulling away around the long sweeper and in the approach into Sector 3 hairpin. But still good angle from Charles Ng in the chase position, just that proximity lacking a bit. It's going to get him lose him about half a point. And right here too, look at the angle there. Charles Ng straight lining a bit to try and catch back up. And his angle there, compare the angle of both the cars. Lead car Fujino at full angle already, and Charles Ng not even there yet. And finally Charles Ng matching the angle of the car in front and over the finish line. So still great run from Charles Ng in the chase, but overall Fujino just very consistent in the lead position.
かなりね風も出てきました。はい。国旗がなびいております。さあそれでは
結果が出てますね。
どうなんでしょうかね。はい。出るかと思いきや、もう少しかな。はい、もう少し。来ました。はい。
これでもチャールズ選手取り
チャールズ選手取りましたね。はい。
But look at this once again. Look at this. Oh wait, okay. Next we have the next. Is this the next run? All right, we're already into the second battle between these two. Door to absolute door. Another great run between these two. These two seem to be very evenly matched. Both of them using fairly similar tactics to get the job done. But Fujino, right here, compare that to the first run. Fujino right there with Charles Ng. It's sort of hard to tell from this angle whether the chase car Fujino had the same sort of angle as the lead car. Maybe a little bit of contact there halfway through the corner. But Charles winding on the angle there, Fujino right there with him. So lead car Charles Ng with a 0.5 advantage going into this battle. But that lead run, so that chase run there from Fujino, literally stuck on the door of the lead car Charles Ng for the entirety of the main corner.
Here we go. Fujino-san, きれった走り方。結構いい感じですよね。どういう気分？
気持ちよかったです。はい、次も頑張ります。
シンプルのコメントでかっこいいんですね。ありがとうございました。
はい、ありがとうございます。ちょっとね、電波状況がね、カメラの電波状況がちょっと、
まあでもね、今藤吉気持ちよかったって、
はい、そうですね。
もうドライバーとすれば気持ちよかったのが一番嬉しいですよ。でもこの気持ちよくできたのは。
So if only the first battle looked like the second, it would have been a victory for Charles Ng.
なので安心して入れるんです。
Fujino there with a 9.5 in the chase. That's a hard score to get.
チャールズのおかげでもあるんです。
さあ続いての対戦でそして音が違う。はい、V8 ですね。オーディがね入ってまいりました。はい。
だからポンちゃんはやっぱり今日ね、3位ですから、はい、28.96 っていう高得点を出して、3位ですから、ちょっとね、オディ選手14位とちょっと出遅れてますんで、その辺がね、どう出るか、もちろんただオディ選手は後追いがすごい上手ですから、この辺は逆に安定して綺麗な走りを前でした方が、オディ選手は入りやすくなるので、ちょっとこの辺はね、ポンちゃんの、いい走りがオディ選手を助けてしまう可能性があると思います。なるほど。そうですね。追いやすいということですね。さあ、それでは参りましょう。Let's get it on.
So that previous battle there, winner Fujino knocking out Charles Ng. Going up against the winner of this next battle here. We have Pon from Thailand and Odie Bakshis representing Lithuania today via the USA.
2, 1, go!
Ready comes the first run. This time, Pon in the lead. Odie in the chase. Wow, one of the best battles we've seen so far today in the top 16. Look at this amazing entry there. That's an interesting run for Odie Bakshis in the chase position. Could that potentially be a penalty there? Going a bit too shallow, Odie, just maybe only one wheel off. It should be okay. Seems to be a good day for Pon compared to his previous efforts in other competitions here in Japan. Look at this, but Odie right up there with him. And watch this, from this point onwards, Odie stuck right on his door. Watch them flick back. Odie's going to step back on the back foot and spring forward right here. quick stab of the brake, so you can see the front wheel lock up as Odie jams a Batman hook into the door of the lead car and holds on over the finish line. So let's see, could that potentially be a deduction there for the chase car, Odie? So Pond's cars yesterday also, same sort of issue with the cooling. And there you go, no penalty for Odie there. A 7.5 for that run over Pond's 7. So Odie Bakshis with the advantage going into this next run in the lead position. That's great for him. So like I said before, we have had times where cars have cut and been given penalties, but you might remember that was usually when they cut and end up colliding with the car in front. Whereas in that case, Odie was using the course cut in order to keep up with the lead car and ended up getting the same sort of line, same sort of angle after he cut the course. So for that reason, no penalty.
Ready? Go!
Time for the second battle between Odie and Pond. So Odie in the lead with a 0.5 advantage. So watch this replay. Very even run between these two, but look at this Pond right there. Perfectly shadowing the lead car Odie and then just letting Odie go ahead as Pond keeps up with him down this straight section of the course. Odie throws it in here, but Pond also big angle, tucking it in slightly towards the front. This is an amazing chase run by Pond. But still Odie, still great lead run from him. 0.5 advantage to Odie in the lead. So has Pond done better than Odie in his chase run? If it's an even run, it's going to go down to whoever did the best lead run according to the EDS system. And it's come down to a rank judge at 15.5 for both of them. So that means that whoever got the best lead run, according to the DOS system, apparently I was about to call out the winner. I'm not allowed to yet.
Congratulations, Odie. Okay, here comes the interview. I noticed you changed your style up. You're looking really good.
So we do have a winner.
I felt
good. You know, you're definitely right. We made some changes to the car. This car is designed for a faster track. This is a tight course, but I got a great crew. You know, we evaluate what we got to do, and it's working a lot better. I just really want to put on a good show for everyone. You know, our performance helped me get this car out here. I want to make them proud, and this is a lot of fun. A learning curve and a lot of fun.
設定書いて、それで思いっきり走るようになって、速いコースのために作ったけど、ちょっとスロートラックに合わせて作り直して買っちゃったから、よろしく。
いやー、だいぶ走ったね。まあでもね、やっぱり優秀なチームがね、この早くよりね、
そうですね、車を合わせ込むっていうのはね、
作られた車をこのコースのために、チームがね、優秀なチームが、手を加えたということで、そしてみんなをエンターテインしているからさあ、続いてベスト16最後の走り。
So as you can see there, sorry about that delay, the winner of that, Odie Bakshis. He had the better lead run, a 98.2 for his lead run according to the solo run judging system, compared to Pond's 97.34. So Odie Bakshis come down to an even score, but like I said before, whoever gets the best lead run is the one who wins the battle. So Odie Bakshis just barely edging out Pond. So for all the Americans watching, you can take that as the W for you guys, even though Odie is out here this weekend representing Lithuania, being a Lithuanian citizen. But and despite the fact he's driving a Korean Hyundai, the heart of that car is a highly modified LS7 base V8.
そしてゴーチャ選手が SR という4気筒と6気筒の戦いで、またこれね、ダッシュする場所が違うんですよね。パワー的にはゴーチャ選手、ごめんなさい、アーツ選手の方が、パワーはありますけども、ゴーチャ選手の方が軽快に動くので、この辺の違いがありますよね。
さあ、それでは参りましょう。Here we go!
Car number 19 from Russia, Tsuiso Gocha versus from Taiwan, car number 4.
All right, here comes our next battle. The Russians bringing the heat this weekend. Gocha versus Feng Zhenqi. Here comes the first battle with Gocha in the lead. Let's watch the replay here. Gocha in the lead. Gocha's car, one of the most maneuverable here this weekend, it seems. He really knows how to place that car well on the track. But Feng Zhenqi's car also very powerful, has a lot of grip. He's able to stay there with Gocha for most of the track. Watch the transition back here. Feng cutting across the line there to try and keep up with Gocha, but Gocha already running away from him with big angle, hard on the accelerator. This is probably going to be... There's a good run from both of them, actually. And there's the result there, a 9-all. Even score between the two. So Feng Zhenqi keeping a great proximity throughout the entire course. We normally see people being run away from and then pull, like reel in the car in front. Feng really doing a good job keeping Gocha within arm's length for the entire track. So Gocha in the chase position this time in the NGK S15 Silvia. He's going to need to use the maneuverability and lightweightness of his S15 Silvia to try and keep up with the car in front. So that run getting a big round of applause from the audience here at Odaiba. Look at that entry from Gotcha right on the rear bumper of Feng's car there, sticking right with him around the entire course. Now it's interesting to see, watch them come around here down towards Sector 3. Now Feng in the lead position, the S15, makes a big mistake, kind of understeers as he exits this corner. Watch them throw it in here. Both of them very, very late on the brakes, throw the car around sideways to slow down. And watch this right here, watch the lead car, Feng. Bit of an understeer there, but recovers very well. And the winner of that battle, car number 19, the yellow S15 Silvia Gotcha from Russia, will be moving on to the best 8. So the Russians, both Russians through again.
Okay, congratulations, George. You did a great run. What was your plan?
My plan go top 8, and Atsu very good driver. I'm yesterday driving with him top 16, and today also we keep battle top 16, and happy to driving. I'm happy already top 8.
どうしてもトップ8が残れたかったと、彼と昨日一緒に走ったんで、2日連続一緒に走ってとても良かったでした。
はい、alright, congratulations。
さすがですよね。
アツはでも本当にいいドライバーだからね。
そうですね。はい、
叩いてましたね。
安定してますんでね。はい。
さあということでですね、以上ベスト16、終了いたしましたツイストトーナメントバトルトーナメント。
So that big understeer there from Feng, the bottom of the course, Sector 3, we quite often see that happen. Losing him that fight. Alright, so we just have to quick clear of the track after the top 16 has ended. So making sure the track is clear, we have to make sure that there's no debris on the track. Of course, there's a lot of rubber and other sort of garbage getting thrown off these cars. Our hard-working pit crew out here again this weekend, making sure the track is clear and safe and that there's no oil spots or places where the cars can slip.
はい、全部浮いてますね。フロントまで浮いてますからね。めっちゃ怖いですよね。ロデオ乗りが始まりましたよ。
ロデオ乗りながらのまた2人ともいっちゃう。
それ股間が
お尻が
股間が
おおガックン
多分俺痛いんですよ。
痛い。
いや昨日からだいぶお尻をね攻めてますよね。はい。
まあ世界唯一のジャックナイフパフォーマンスをするパフォーマーですから、
前輪まで浮いてしまってますからね。はい。さあそれではここでベスト8のラインナップをご紹介させていただきたいと思います。まずは No.12 Masashi Yokoi from Japan versus No.24 Michael Essa from the United States of America. And No.13 Masato Kawabata versus No.10 Daigo Saito, both from Japan.
ちょっと早くないですか、ここの戦い。ベスト8で。
昨日のもう本当決勝戦ぐらいの、決勝戦ですね、のカードですけども。そして、続きまして No.20 Arcasha from Russia versus from Japan Mr. Fujino No.11。
ここもね、アルカーシャがどこまで藤田選手をやっつけるか。
安定の藤野さんをね、どこまで
藤田選手は強いですからね。
さあそして最後のカードは No.16 Odie Aulimas Fakiz versus car No.19 Gocha Georgie Chivashan。
オディね、セッティングを変えて急に乗れてきましたんで、そこに対して安定しているゴーチャがどこまで、オディに近づけるか楽しみですよね。
はい、それでは参りたいと思います。ツイストトーナメントバトルトーナメントベスト8 Ladies and gentlemen, FIA Intercontinental Drifting Cup Battle Tournament Best 8。
はい、ウォーミングアップ入りました。エッサ選手も ハンドルをフロントのね、フロントのハンドルを目いっぱい切ってフロントタイヤも温めてますね。
やはりこのフロントの温め方がまた、
そうですね、これ独特ですね。ハンドルを切りすぎるまで切って、フロントタイヤを滑らせて温めるという、ことをやってますよね。
さあだいぶね昼間に比べて、気温の方も涼しくなってきましたけど、やっぱこうなるとタイヤの圧とかも
そうですね、
調整が必要になってくるんですね。
多分走るにはこのぐらいの気温が一番いいと思います、で路面温度の方もちょっと下がってきてますので、グリップも上がってくると思いますのでね。
結構単走の時はものすごく気温が高かったこともあって、割と皆さんセクターの5あたりでね、こう
そうですね、ちょっとスピン、
1のセクター5ぐらい
ですね。
さあそれでは参りたいと思います。 Here we go!
Car number 12 from Japan, Masashi Yokoi versus United States of America. Car number 24, Michael Essa.
3, 2, 1, go!
さあここは横井選手は逃げに
All
入
right,
ります。
straight into the best 8 here. Yokoi versus Essa.
接触しましたよ。
接触した。
接触しても横井選手は何事もないように行きましたよ。
すごいですね。
そしてエッサ選手も気遅れせずに、
すごい。
横井選手の横をね。
Whoa, one of the most aggressive fights we've seen all weekend.
すごい。
やっぱね横井選手っていうのは
So Essa initiating very late
す
there.
ごい接触が多いド
He
ライバー。
knows he hasn't got the speed of Yokoi's car on this layout.
接触されてもスピンをしない。
Doing what he can. Oh, a bit of collision there with Yokoi's door.
あれでね
Sending Yokoi around a bit.
当てた方が悪いんです
And
けど
right here again, look at this. Look at Essa. Dive right in at the last second.
こういう潔さが
Pulling his punch right at the last millimeter. This is a fantastic chase run from Essa.
接触受けててもスピンをしないんですよね。それだけね
Watch the switch back here once again, Essa. Right there with Yokoi. Essa doing an amazing job all weekend so far. And this battle against Yokoi.
角度もね合わせてましたから、本当に得点としては取ってると思うんですね。ただやっぱりあの辺の接触がジャッジからはマイナスされると思いますので。
なるほど。単走のポイントではですね、もう横井選手の方がかなり高いというかですね、99.34 が
Michael Essa out there pulling the gloves off. It's a bare knuckle fight there. Getting physical with the lead car. Yokoi. But Yokoi not really seemingly worried by that.
そうですね。ただね
With that collision, there should be some sort of penalty being applied to Michael Essa, and there it is. Yes, so a penalty applied to Michael Essa. Minus 0.5. That's going to be for those collisions.
エッサ選手がこれアドバンテージを取りました。
これ面白いですよ。いいですか？本来だったらマイケル選手の方がもっとアドバンテージを取られて
But Michael Essa still with an 8.5 advantage over Yokoi. It's going to make things interesting now. What sort of tactics Yokoi is going to make for this upcoming battle?
逆に取られてるのかよと。分かったよと。俺は言ってやろうじゃねえかよと。
この男気がね、点数的にはちょっと今裏目に出ている。
いやいやいや、これはね、分かるだろうなと。俺は2を取りに行くぞと。
そういうことですね。
お前も当たっても回るなよと。いろいろプレッシャーをかけてると思いますよ。
さあそれではですね、そんな運命の2本目、行ってまいりたいと思います。Let's get it on!
Ready, go!
Ready comes the second run now. Michael Essa in the lead this time. Yokoi in the chase. Essa with a 0.5 advantage. You'd think that would have been a display run if you didn't know any better. This is a perfectly clean chase run from Yokoi. Look at that. Yokoi. But Essa pulling ahead there. Essa doing a great job. Watch Essa's front wheel here. Just a bit of a tap of the brakes to keep the rear of the car coming around. Keep it online. and diving into this. I would not be surprised if this went either way, this battle. Fantastic lead run from Essa there, but perfectly clean chase run from Yokoi. It's the sort of thing Yokoi is known for. A bit shallow there from Yokoi as well, coming around the final hairpin. Yokoi not yet wound all the lock on. There you go, finally around to the same angle as Essa. This battle could go either way. That little collision from the first run may have been enough to take the win away from Essa. And there you go, that's exactly what happened. That collision. Michael Essa losing that battle by 0.5 to Yokoi. Just barely missing out. So Yokoi keeping that run clean in the chase, staying with Essa almost perfectly the entire way around the track. 17 to 16.5, giving Yokoi the win. He'll be moving on to the semi-final.
見てみたい、楽しみにしてます。
はい、
ありがとうございました。
ありがとう。
まあやっぱり予想通り後半ついていけなかったみたいですね。
なるほど。
でもやっぱりね当てられても回らない、はい男らしさと、はい勝負しようぜと。そこはやっぱり横井選手のねかっこいいところですよね。はい。
次はねもう
さあ来ちゃいましたね。
いやもう決勝
昨日のねレギュラーの水槽の決勝の戦いです。でこれはね、川端選手と斉藤大吾選手のドライバー同士の戦いもあるんですけども、やはり同じ GTR、の戦い、そして、車をメンテナンスしている、トラストレーシングチームと、大吾選手の車のエンジンを、チューニングしている HKS と、この2大チューニングメーカーでの対決でもあるんですね。でプラスそこに車が一緒ですから、東洋タイヤとワンリタイヤの戦いと、もういろんなものの最高峰の戦いがここに詰まってるので、もうこれ2人ともね、バチバチですよ。
背負ってますね。
でまたねここで勝つか負けるかによって総合チャンピオン争い、総合優勝争いにも大きく影響するので。
昨日は川端選手に軍配がありましたけども、出だしで接触もありましたね、まさかのね、結構派手な接触もありました。さあ果たして今日はどちらが駒をね準決勝に進めるのか、
ドキドキですよ。
川端選手そして斉藤大吾選手の戦いとなります。
Car number 13 from Japan, Masato Kawabata versus from Japan, car number 10, Daigo Saito.
3, 2, 1, go!
We thought that we'd be nice and save this and not save this battle for the final. Kawabata versus Daigo Saito in the best 8. Now this is going to be an interesting result here. So Daigo Saito cutting that first corner. That is permitted for the chase car. If he's doing it in order to catch up and keep angle, which is what he did there and what he's doing right now. Which both initiate at the same time. Great initiation from both these guys into that bottom hairpin corner. But this is interesting right here. Watch the lead car. Watch Kawabata throw it around. It's hard to see in the smoke, but he throws it a bit too hard there. Now, leaving Daigo Saito behind. Now, Daigo would have had to slam on the brakes to avoid smashing into the rear of Kawabata's car. But Kawabata not really doing anything too odd in the lead position there. Get the feeling Daigo may have just been a bit too aggressive, a bit too close, not giving Kawabata enough space. in order to transition back into Sector 5. He might have just anticipated that Kawabata was going to transition a lot later than he did, and he got caught a bit too close to Kawabata, had to hit the brakes to avoid hitting, meaning he transitioned a lot later than he would have had to, and lost a whole lot of ground on Kawabata over the finish line. And so there we go, a 9 in favor of Kawabata over Daigo Saito, 8.5. So obviously Daigo with Kawabata for the entirety of the track, except for that last section, knocking off a 0.5 from his score.
Ready, go!
When it comes to the second run this time, Daigo Saito in the lead. And once again, Daigo Saito's car popping and banging with that anti-lag system. Maybe once again, transmission problems. Daigo Saito rolling back to the pits. So right about here, Kawabata doing a good job not to collide with the rear of Daigo's car. Like we saw yesterday, we saw that exact same thing happen yesterday. Daigo Saito being smashed into from behind by Kawabata being overly aggressive, but this time Kawabata caught it in time, backed off, Daigo pulling off the side of the track, Kawabata completing his run.
Alright. 今回はミッションかデフかどっちかわからんけど、ドライブトレインが壊れかけで、これもしかしてリタイアになるかもしれない。
So it looks like Daigo Saito will be retiring with transmission problems. We did see that before. He had a bit of trouble down in the Sector 3 hairpin. His car seeming to not go into gear. And once again there, losing all drive, coasting around the track, and a 0 there for Daigo Saito. So Kawabata once again getting the better of Daigo Saito like he did yesterday. 13 to 8.5. Masato Kawabata moving on to the semi-final. He'll be going up against Yokoi. Arkaša、そして、日本の藤野選手の戦いとなります。さあこの2人の対決はいかがでしょうかね。
そうですね、アルカシ選手はもうここ、昨日から乗れてますから、で藤野選手は、先ほどのチャールズ選手との追走を見ても分かるようにかなり復活してきてます、ちょっと今回ね昨日からいまいちこう乗り切れてなかったんですけども、それも全部吹っ切れてますんで、これはねお互いいい勝負になると思います。
アルカシャ選手、でも藤野選手ね、調子良さげですね、これはね。さあというわけでベスト8進めてまいりたいと思います。Ladies and gentlemen, FIA Intercontinental Drifting Cup Battle Tournament Best 8. Here we go.
こはお互いね、第2セクターなんかは角度を持っているドライバーなので、本当に、第2セクターはビッタビタが見れると、はい、思います。はい。
All right, we're about to start our next battle now. Our final battle of the best 8. We have Odie Bakshis. I'm sorry. Our second last battle, we have Arkady Tsarogradsev versus Hideyuki Fujino. Now Tsarogradsev coming third yesterday, representing Russia. And of course, we have Hideyuki Fujino. Now both of these guys are actually very similar styles. We were talking about this yesterday. Arkady says he thinks his style is very close to some of these Japanese guys. Very smooth, consistent, and just the right amount of aggression to get the job done. And we saw him drive like that yesterday, ending up in third place on the podium behind Saito and Kawabata. So hopefully we've got lots of people watching from Russia for Arkasha.
赤いヘッドライトがね、いつも怪しくちょうど第3セクターにこう入ってくるあたりでいつもこの放送席の方向いてる感じなんですけど、
目がキラーンとね、赤が
ちょっとこれまっすぐ進ませて、多分チェックですね。多分これでもうチェックができていると思いますので。
Okay, so just some final some final applications of tape to Arkasha's car.
Let's get it on.
Right, here comes our second last battle of the best 8. Arkady Tsarogradsev versus Hideyuki Fujino.
Car number 11, Hideyuki Fujino.
3, 2, 1, go!
All right, let's watch the replay for this battle. I think this is going to be a very highly scored battle for both of these competitors. Arkasha in the foreground, sorry, in the background there, right out against the wall. Great line from him, but the chase car there, Fujino, silhouetting him around the top of the course, just sticking there right with him. Might have been a little bit of a rub there with a tire on the door. Tsarogradsev flicking out the rear of his Skyline, but Fujino right there with him does a little bit of a cut across the inside of the course to stay parallel with the lead car. This may be this is actually going to be a pretty good score for Fujino, and there it is, a 9 in favor over a 7.5 for Tsarogradsev. And you could see it with your own eyes as well. Fujino, he was with Tsarogradsev for the entire run. He never backed off and never got too close. One of the best examples of a safe chase we've seen all day so far, despite the fact the lead car was driving so well.
Ready, go!
So it's been a hard fight for Tsarogradsev so far. He's had a lot of big competitors to best. This is his biggest battle to date. Another amazing run between these two. Let's watch the replay. Look at that entry from Tsarogradsev. A lot of guts diving in like that, flicking around. A lot of trust in the lead car. But this may be the end of the day for the chase car, Tsarogradsev from Russia. Looking really good here. think all the photographers out here this weekend have had so many opportunities for so many amazing photos. On average, so much close drifting, but from here on, watch this. From right about here until the end of the track, Tsarugratsev in the chase position, slowly being pulled away from. Watch this, he's nowhere to be seen yet. All the way back there. Remember, the first one was 9 to Fujino in the lead. Arcadi with a 7.5. It's going to be at least need to be the opposite of that for Arkasha to have a chance to win. I don't think it's going to happen. I get the feeling that Fujino is going to make his way through to the semi-final, but we never know. We're going to wait and see what the EDS has to say about that. I don't think there's going to be any sort of penalties applied to that run either. Wait and see what the result is.
かなりジャッジの方も距離感と角度とっていう部分で、点数が割れてるというかね、どこで何点つける、出ましたね。さあでも、
And there you have it. Amazing run for Arcadi. Unbelievable. 17 to 16.5. The Russian besting one of the hardest competitors here this weekend, Fujino.
All right, here comes the interview. Arcadi, you just beat a legend. How do you feel now?
I beat the legend.
Arcadi, one of the hardest charging guys here this weekend. Amazing performance from the Russian.
With Mr. Fujino, it was my dream. It's the most technical driver of the world.
You could really see in those two runs, Fujino, he was just being kind of safe in his chase, but Arcadi, very aggressive. Falling behind slightly at the end, but still within distance. Close enough to the lead car, Fujino, for the EDS to give him that score. I get the feeling that was very lucky of Tsarugratsev. He only just barely got that result, I'd say. But that means we have one Russian through to the final, to the semi-final. Arcadi Tsarugratsev in the R34 Skyline will be going through to the semi-final.
そうですね、リトアニア、から唯一の参加となってます。オーディが、これもね、どうなるんでしょうかね。
ゴーチャさんもね、本当に勢いのある走りをね。
そうですね。今回実はアルカーシャ、ゴーチャとともにロシア人選手がすごく活躍してますよね。実はこのスタートからのこの1セク、2セク、3セクに近い、このレイアウトがですね、ロシアの D1 でつい最近行われた、プリムリンクのコースがあるんですけど、実はこのレイアウトとほぼ一緒なんですね。プリムリンクの方はもうちょっとストレートが長くて車速が乗るんですけども、
リトアニアのこのドリフト事情っていうのはいかがですか？
実は、オーディ選手は、ね、リトアニア出身でアメリカで走ってるんですけども、実はリトアニアっていう国は、リトアニア、エストニア、ラトビア、バルト三国ですね。サーモンが美味しいところなんですけども、ここ実はですね、リトアニアっていう国はラリーがすごく盛んで、このオディ選手も実はリトアニアでラリーの経験があるって聞いてます。ということで車を横を向けるね、モータースポーツが、とにかく盛んな国なんですよ。でプラスやっぱラリーが盛んなだけに車のパーツの開発もすごく進んでまして、その辺のプロフェッショナルなね、ビルダーが多いので、リトアニアっていうのはすごくドリフトに関しては最先端の、パーツを、開発し、それを開発できるドライバーが揃ってる、すごくドリフトとしてはね、最先端な国じゃないかなと思ってます。
いやなかなかね、こう我々日本にいますとね、こうリトアニア、バルト三国教科書には出てきますけども、馴染みがもう一つという感じなんですけど、
そうですね。
そういう表もあるんですけど、さあそんな、危ない。おっといきなり
ちょっと
今まさかオーディが
Okay, we have a big incident here on the warm-up run. Odie Bakchis colliding with the wall on the warm-up.
戻ってしまって逆向いちゃったんですよね。
まさかのハプニングが今。
Unfortunately, I wasn't actually watching that. I jumped down from my post for a second.
ちょっとね、予想外の動きをしましたよね。
Arcadi, sorry, Odie.
はい。今ドライバーは怪我はないと思うんですけども。
いやこれは ちょっと明けに取られてしまいます
そうですね、多分オディ選手自体がそんなことになるとは思わないような、まあ、もちろんねウォーミングアップですから、5割、6割の力で更新してきますからね。
さあこんなことがこのタイミングでこの場で
大丈夫だと、体が大丈夫ってアピールしてますね。
大丈夫です。
We see the damage on Odie's car. That is a huge incident here. The warm-up run in the best 8.
ここでこの状
はい
態でちょっと難しい、
車もちょっと難しい。オイルもね、
なんでしょうかね。
フロント周りにオイルクーラーついてますんで、ちょっとそれを
That is not the way that Odie Bakchis would want to end this event. Getting all the way through, going up against yesterday's 4th place Gotcha in this battle.
オーディの今のね心境をインタビューしてみ
Now
たいと思いますけ
something
ども。
odd happened there.
Okay, Odie, how do you feel
Could
right
it
now?
potentially be
What
a
happened?
broken tie rod?
Can you share with us what happened?
Okay, I'm still trying to find out exactly what happened. I'll get back with you in about 20 seconds.
The
Great,
conditions
cool.
are getting grippier out here,
Okay.
and my crew did such a good job of making the car faster. It understeered, and it understeered a lot more than I'm ever used to it.
Right.
I honestly thought it would be okay. The front just got really loose. It might be a mechanical failure. As of now, I think it just understeered,
Okay.
and I was not able to save it. And I'm just glad Gotcha didn't get his car creamed into the back of mine, and I hope he goes on and does really well.
Alright. ね、まあ本当にね今回メカニカルチームがすごくこのまあドリフト用ではなかった車をね、
Alright, so you heard it there. If you couldn't hear it through the trackside mic, Odie saying that he was trying to get his team to dial in more grip into the car. But unfortunately, he said the surface of the track a lot grippier than how it used to be. Obviously, a lot more rubber being laid down around that line. The rear of the car gripping up unexpectedly and crashing into the wall.
ちょっと残念ですね。
So there's a massive disappointment there for Odie Bakchis, bringing that car all the way over from the United States.
ね、ここでちょっとやっぱりまあ前半ベスト4に残ってきたのが横井選手、川端選手、そしてアルカーシャ選手だったので、ここでね、まあオディとゴーチャ戦ってもらってね、もしオディが上がると昨日とは違った戦いが見れたんですけどね。
そうですね。
でもちろんねここでゴーチャが勝ち上がりまして、また。
All right, so if you couldn't quite hear it on the roadside mic, what happened there was Odie said that he's been trying to get his team to get more grip, to dial in more grip into that car. Obviously feeling that he doesn't have the kind of forward drive that a lot of the other guys do here this weekend. And coming around there, he obviously hasn't been around the track since earlier today when he was up against Pon, and saying that the car just suddenly gripped up on me. It kind of looked like that maybe a tie rod had snapped all of a sudden. But no, according to Odie, just plain old rubber on the track, gripping up and smacking into the wall. So that's a big disappointment for Odie Bakchis. He would have been going up against Gotcha from Russia in that battle. So that obviously means that Gotcha is going to move on to the semi-final and go up against Arkady Tsargratsev. So we saw a Japanese fight in the best 8. We saw Kawabata versus Daigo Saito, in which Kawabata won. And we also, so now we're going to see a Russia versus Russia battle in the semi-final on one half of the sheet. So we have on the left side of the semi-final sheet, Masashi Yokoi in the S15 Sylvia versus Masato Kawabata in the GTR. And the winner of that will go up against the winner of the next fight, Tsargratsev versus Gotcha. So that means at least one Russian is guaranteed third place today. So it'll be interesting to see what happens after that fight. So we're going to be moving on to the semi-final now. Yokoi versus Kawabata. This is going to be a good one. Kawabata already taking out Daigo Saito in the best 8. But it's also going to be great to see again. We saw it yesterday. Tsarugradze versus Gotcha. A battle there before for third place. So now they're battling to get into the final. So we're going to see these guys again. And to be honest, I think they were the most interesting fight in yesterday's battle out of all the battles that battle for third place. All right, so I think the track should be cleared up fairly shortly. Actually, let's we've got our cleanup crew out there. We should probably go and have a look at them. So let's cut back to the camera out front and have a look at the our cleanup crew in action. Let's cut back to the camera. Let's crack. There we go. There's our cleanup crew out there on the track, working hard. So you've got their brooms and their high visibility. You know, it's all about safety here at the FIA.
Right,
so the track has been cleared up. We're just getting our recovery crew off the track. So of course, after that retirement, Gotcha does, by Odie Bakshis, Gotcha does need to prove that his car can complete one run. So he's going to be doing a solo run here right now. So after Gotcha completes his solo run here, we'll be seeing the fight between Yokoi and Kawabata. It's going to be a good one. So all the Russians watching the stream, make sure you stay with us after the Yokoi Kawabata fight, because we have Tsarugradze versus Gotcha. It's a great solo run there from Gotcha, getting a little bit of a applause from the crowd there.
Car number 12 from Japan, Masashi Yokoi versus car number 13, Masato Kawabata from Japan. 日本人同士の対決となります。 そして続きまして Car number 20 Arkady Saragurasev Arkaša from Russia versus car number 19 Georgy Chivushan Gocha from Russia.
So as you can see here, these are our two battles for the semi-final. Yokoi versus Kawabata and Saragurasev versus Gocha. Or Arkaša versus Gocha, as I should say. Those are their nicknames we're using this weekend. Alright, so Yokoi.
Let's get ready for the semi-finals.
Battle Tournament Top 4.
実はタイヤは温めてるんですけど、この2人の戦いが結構なバトルになると彼は読んでます。によってタイヤをあまり減らさないようにタイヤをセーブしてますよね。はい。だからタイヤだけを今温めてる状態でタイヤの一番美味しいところを使わないように、もしかしたら。
健闘を立て合うんでしょう。さあそれでは参りましょう。セミファイナル Here we go.
Car number 12 from Japan, Masashi Yokoi versus from Japan, car number 13, Masato Kawabata.
3, 2, 1, go!
All right, here comes our first fight of the semi-final. Yokoi versus Kawabata. Yokoi in the lead, Kawabata following. Well, let's watch the replay here. That chase car, the GTR. It's a monster. It really is a Godzilla. Look at it catch up with Yokoi right here on the entry. Watch the smoke start to pour off the back as he accelerates to keep up with Yokoi. There we go. Putting it right where it needs to be. What makes this run so amazing in the chase position is he's really adjusting the car very easily. Look at that. Dives right in at the last second. The beginning of Sector 3. And just sticks with the car. Big puff of flame out the back of the car. Flicks back here. 2JZ in the lead car. And VR38 V6 in the chase. Look at that. Kawabata using all the power he has. And there you have it. Wow, a 9. A 2-point advantage over Yokoi. It's definitely an understandable score. Kawabata was so close with Yokoi. It's not looking good for Yokoi. Yokoi known as one of the fastest guys out here this weekend. Yokoi's going to have to do everything he can to keep up with Kawabata in the lead. Another amazing display of drifting here at Odaiba at the FIA Intercontinental Drifting Cup. Valiant effort from Yokoi here, but look at this. Look at the front car. Just pull away. It looks like they may have somehow turned the power up on the car in the front. The GTR suddenly seems to have about 100 more horsepower than it did before. It's not usual for any of the guys out here in this field to leave Yokoi as far back as he did. And Yokoi kind of straight lining there, doing his best to try and dive in around Sector 5. He does a great job. This is a great final part of the track. And an even score. Wow, great effort from Yokoi to get an even score there. But Masato Kawabata in the GTR winning that battle. He'll be going on to the final.
川端さん、一緒に走ることは何回もあると思うけど、今回の走りのプランは何でしたか？
思いっきりやっつける。
かっこいい。ありがとうございました。思いっきりやっつけるって。最高のエントビーでした。
というわけでですね、決勝へと駒を進めました川端選手。日本人対決。
圧倒的でしたね。
はい。
今回はもう本当に川端選手はもう圧倒的に、無理をせず、横井選手が無理をして、行きましたね。
横井選手、この後3位決定戦が残ってますからね、また、どんな戦いを見せてくれるか楽しみにしたいと思います。さあ続きまして、セミファイナル、ここからはロシア人同士の対決となります。これもね、昨日の因縁をまんま持ってきた感じですけども、
やっぱり乗れてるといえばアルカーシャ選手なんですけども、ゴーチャ選手はやっぱりスピードを持ってますね。昨日の悔しさ。
Alright, so amazing battle there between Yokoi and Kawabata. Unfortunately for Yokoi, Kawabata taking the win there. He'll be going up in the final against one of the two Russians who are here this weekend. Got to say, the Russians have been doing amazingly all weekend, really bringing the heat yesterday and today. So here's how it's going to look. The final is going to be Japan versus Russia, and the third place battle is also going to be Japan versus Russia. So at least one of the two Russians, Tsaragratsev or Gocha, will be getting one of them will be getting a third place trophy on the podium, depending on who they come up against. So whoever wins this next battle between Tsaragratsev and Chivichan will go into the final. I'm sorry I'm saying his name wrong probably. We'll be going up into the final against Kawabata in the GTR. That's going to be an amazing fight. You never know. Both these guys, I think, have a chance. Of course, Tsaragratsev's or Arkasha's R34, a lot of power, a lot of grip, really drives that car well. It's not the smallest or lightest car, but really handles it well, especially in battles. And of course, Gotcha, we've seen him use the maneuverability and lightweight of his it's only 4-cylinder, SR20 powered turbo S15 Silvia. It uses the maneuverability of that car really well when chasing bigger, heavier opponents, for example, a GTR. So it'll be interesting to see who gets through and what sort of strategies they use in their fights. But before that, it is countrymen versus countrymen, both sons of Mother Russia. Going into this next fight, be interesting to see who's going to win that. Okay, let's go back to the main camera and watch this fight.
ただそれを多分アクセルワークで、前に逃がしてるんですよね。はい。
さあそれではですね、準決勝セミファイナル行ってみたいと思います。Battle Tournament, here we go. はい、先走ってしまいましたね、私ね。
でもウォーミングアップ入りますね。
はい、ウォーミングアップ入ります。
そうですね。
ゴーチャもいいですよ。ゴー
チャ選手はちょっと派手めにいきましたが、アルカーシャ選手はやっぱりタイヤセーブしてますね。ちょっとウォーミングアップを派手めにして、グリップだけ確認をして、それ以上タイヤを減らさないようにと。はい。
Arkasha versus Gotcha. This is to get into the final. We have an all-Russian semi-final here. Let's go.
2, 1, go!
Tsaragratsev in the lead. Wow, once again an amazing run from both these guys, almost looking like a display run between these two. Look at this, chase car Gotcha just keeping it perfectly positioned against Arcasha's skyline. Arcasha pulling ahead slightly here, Gotcha tucking it in, pulling up against his door once again. This is going to be another high-scored run for both of these cars. Once again, a repeat of last night's third-place battle. Amazing battle between the two Russians here at Odaiba. And over the finish line. Said it before and I say it again, the photographers here this weekend, trackside photographers, are getting some amazing shots.
まず、この準決勝ロシア人対決、1本目果たしてどんな結果になるんでしょうかね。さあ出ました。減点がありましたね。アルカーシャにマイナス1ということで、ゴーチャが
We have a minus one penalty to Arcasha. Look at that, Gotcha, a 10 score.
入り口で、セクター1に入る前の1つ目のコーナーのところでインカットをアルカシ選手がしてしまったらしくて、もったいないですね。いやー、これゴーチャでも大きくリードして、
So apparently we have a minus one penalty for a course cut. Arcasha in the lead there, cutting the course that is not allowed for the lead car. Dropping one wheel off the edge of the track apparently. So Arcasha with the disadvantage this time. Gotcha in the lead, also with the advantage, a 10 score. And yet another amazing run, getting a big round of applause from the audience here at Odaiba. The chase position there, the skyline of Arcasha doing his best to keep up with the lead car. But Gotcha using all the power of his SR20 to stay out there. Watch this flick here. Tap of the brakes to rotate the car around. Both of them doing a great job. But that 10 in the first run from Gotcha, that's a big gap for Arcasha to get over. Might be just a little bit too little too late for the skyline of Tsarugradzev. But either way, a Russian is going to win this battle and go through to the final. But that chase run, okay, this is interesting. The chase run of Arcasha, 11.5. And the result is close enough. We're going to run these cars again.
One more time! One more time! はい、さあ。
ついに来ましたね。
来ましたね。これ
もう一回見たかったんですよ。やっぱりもうこの2人の戦いは、勝負というよりも、もうなんだろうな、芸術を見てる。
All right, because we are into the wins in this case, apart from the two drivers, of course, they're going to have to do battle one more time. But that means we get to watch these two warriors, absolute warriors from Russia, go head-to-head one more time here at the FIA IDC at Odaiba. So just a very quick preparations for the cars, getting ready for this next battle. We're going to start it very shortly. So the winner of this will go up against Masato Kawabata in the final. And the loser of this battle will go up against Masashi Yokoi for 3rd place. So either way, we're guaranteed at least one Russian on the podium here today. So looking forward to seeing this battle go ahead once again between Taragradzev or Arcasha and Gotcha. It's going to be insane. It's going to be fire. I'm looking forward to seeing this again. And then in the final, one of them is going up against the monster GTR of Kawabata in the final too. So the FIA Intercontinental Drifting Cup bringing entertainment to the absolute maximum here. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. So I think we're about to head back out. So let's actually, there's some preparations going on down in the pits. There might be something going on. Let's cut back to the main camera and have a look at what's going on down in the pit area. Okay, so we have Arcady's car there. Seems to be ready to go. So Arkasha's car heading over to the start line. Gotcha still running some last second splash of water over the radiator to cool it down. Of course, cooling is a big issue with these cars. So the first one more time battle we've seen so far this weekend in leg 1 and leg 2 of the FIA IDC Intercontinental Drifting Cup.
この後タイヤ交換しましたので、ちょっと、ショートコースで、タイヤのウォームアップを行ってすぐスタートになりますね。はい。はい、もうタイヤ温めてますね。もうね、フロントタイヤはもう一度走って温まってますので、リアの交換したタイヤだけ、タイヤを、温めて、皮抜きをして温めている状態ですね。
いやー、またね、ちょっと熱い戦いがね、期待してしまうんですけれども、
ただね、ちょっとね、このタイヤ交換をして、この気温、ちょっと気温が下がってます、でちょっとウォームアップする場所が短いので、ちょっとコース上はどんどん冷えてきてますから、この1本目の、このセクター1から2に関しては、ちょっとね、ドライバー的にはヒヤッとする部分があると思うんですよね。
グリップがちょっと変わってしまうんでしょうかね。さあ、それでは参りましょう。
Car number 20 from Russia, Arkady Sarigurasev Arkasha versus Russia. Car number 19, George Chivchan Gotcha.
3, 2, 1, go!
Here we go, the one more time battle between the two Russian competitors. Once again, filling the entire arena with smoke, these two. Look at this entry here. Both of them very aggressive on the entry. Gotcha in the chase position. Silhouetting the lead car right there. Great positioning in the chase position there from Gotcha. And watch them as they set up their cars. Both of them bringing the rear end. Wow, very aggressive chase run from Gotcha. You can see there he brought the rear of his car around before Arkasha did. You see pops and flames coming out of the wastegate dumps from underneath Gotcha's car. And once again, great shot there of these two warriors coming over the finish line. Wow, the battle between these two, amazing. And Gotcha in the chase position. Yeah, wow. 10.5.
アドバンテージはまずゴーチャが取りました。
これアルカーシャも 8.5 ですからやっぱ98点台乗せてますね。
Absolutely tucked in there behind the skyline
本当の差っていうのは
for that entire run. And like I said before, like that, exactly like that shot we saw there. Gotcha flicking the rear of his car around before Arkasha did into the hairpin at sector 3. That's the sort of driving that's going to win him this.
その美しさを持ってますよね、アルカーシャはね。はい。
ここで2
ゴーチャはね、
以上の差を
つけるとね、アルカーシャはちょっとゴーチャはちょっとアグレッシブさが出てきましたよね。はい。
すごい戦いですね、これは。はい。
Ready, go!
All right, second run now. Lead car. Lead car with the advantage. 10.5. A bit of collision on the wall there for Gotcha's car. Wow, obviously a lot of respect between these two drivers. Amazing that they've kept it perfectly clean this whole time. Once again, shadowing the lead car there. Arkasha doing a great job. And watch this, watch the lead car, the yellow car's rear wing. Watch the wing as he flicks it around into the hairpin, right about here. Right there. It's knocked off on one of the barriers. The rear wing goes flying. As the S15's the boot lid flapping around there. So obviously Gotcha doesn't need a wing to drift well, leaving Arkasha back there. I think the result from this is going to be fairly obvious. Gotcha in the yellow NGK. But remember, he did hit the wall there. So a -1 penalty being applied to Gotcha. A 10 in the chase run for Arcady. That means Arcady in the R34. Moving on to the final. He's going to be going up against Kawabata. Guaranteed podium. At least second place for Arcady here.
Strong battle. What was your game plan?
And our plan is go to the first place. You know? And nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. Yeah.
もう1取ることしか考えてないから全開行くしかないって。
Yeah! Woo! Alright, また決勝で熱い戦いを楽しみにしています。見事ね、セミファイナル勝ち抜きましたアルカーシャ選手に大きな拍手をお願いします。Give it up for Arcady! さあ、ロシア人対決を制したのはアルカーシャ選手。この後決勝戦でですね、川端選手と当たるわけですけども、まあその前に3位決定戦も。
これもう一回ゴーチャ見れるんですよね。
はい、そうです。
もう一回ゴーチャが見れるのが嬉しいじゃないですか。
はい。
で、対するのが横井選手。これは横井選手はね、日本のもう追走では強肩と言われてますから、この横井選手の食いつきと、
グレッグ
あれグレッグ何してんだよ。
グレッグがジャックナイフの
ジャックナイファーに
これ
乗り込んで
ジャックナイフの後ろに乗るんですか？
後ろに乗るの？だいぶ遠心力だよ。大丈夫
？Alright, so our final two battles look as follows. We have Kawabata in the GTR versus Sadagaratsev in the Nissan Skyline. That's for the final. And our third place battle, it's going to be Gotcha versus Yokoi. So, if you thought the action was over, you are dead wrong. We have two more amazing battles to go here today for the winner. And for third place, it's going to be amazing. And apparently our cleaning crew is heading out just now once again, making sure the track is clear for the rest of the competitions. And they're also taking out, they've got a new member of staff to go out with them today as well. So let's go back out there to the course and watch our cleaning crew at work.
それきつそう今イメージしたら、はい、
お尻が痛いと思うんですよね。
うわー、ちょっとグレッグ大丈夫？ちょっと緊張してない？大丈夫？
Hello!
Hi, Greg.
Greg です。
Greg, you look a bit nervous.
今、なんか、公開しそうようなことはしそうけど、ちょっとジャックナイフの経験初めて。
Alright.
いきますか
もう完全にね、見てる方もドキドキするけど。はい、さあ、ということで、ジャックナイファーに乗り込んだグレッグ。リポートよろしく、
いや、まずは
お母さん
できるのかな。
はい。さあ皆さん、グレッグ大きな拍手でお迎えください。グレッグ and the jackknifer。持ち上がんないじゃん、車体が重そうきて。
ちょっと体重が、俺の体重が
あれあれいかないぞ、持ち上がんないぞ。めっちゃ揺らされてる。
今ブレーキ温めてますよね。はい、お、加速しましたよ。
加速して、
ちょっとしか
あれ
楽しい
さあ、そしてバズーカーでね、プレゼントの方も飛ばしてます。プレゼント欲しいという方はどんどん手を振ってね、アピールしていただきたいと思います。はい、スペシャルプレゼント、そっちのスタンドの方にも送ってください。バズーカー、あれ
加速しましたよ。
上がったどっこいしょ。大丈夫グレッグ、大丈夫？背骨飛び出してない？
最高
最高かよ。
あー、痛え
痛いだろ
上がるんですね。
ねえそしていなくなっちゃいました。はい、ジャックナイファー、そしてグレッグに大きな拍手お願いします。ありがとうございました。さあ、そしてバズーカを持ったスタッフがね、走り回ってますけども、まだプレゼントあるでしょうか。プレゼントいきましたね。はい、さあプレゼントを装填しましたよ。いきますよ、バズーカいくぞ。ブーン、飛んだのかな。飛んだ。はい、フードコートの方に。はい、はい、さあ、じゃあここですね、ちょっとなんとお客さんのインタビューができるということなので、はい、聞いてみたいと思います。マイクを持ったスタッフがね、お客さんのところに行くと思いますけれども、はい。Okay, well, we're going to do some interviews with our guests back there. We're supposed to see some staff having a microphone, but どうなんでしょうかね。Oh, there you go. All right. So how's it going?
Very nice.
All right. What do you think so far?
I think our guys made a great job here.
Okay. Where are you from?
From Russia, of course.
From Russia, of course. Yeah. From Arkadie's country, Gocha's country. All right.
応援団が来てますからね。
Okay, so you come just for this to Japan? これだけですか、日本に来た理由は。
Yes, of course.
このために。Okay. How many days do you stay? 何日泊まります？
Only for 1 week.
1週間。For the wow. Is this drifting becoming big in Russia? ロシアでのドリフティングはどうですか？
I think you've seen it yourself.
All right.
How drifting is in Russia.
はい、皆さんね、ご覧の通り、ロシアでもね、ドリフティング盛り上がってますよと、いうことですね。All right, thank you guys.
Gosha, Arkasha, давай!
All right. Woo! Okay, so let's hand over the mic to someone else. Let's go do some more interviews here. さあね。はい。 インタビューの無茶ぶりでございます。はい、スタンドの方今スタッフが一生懸命ですねインタビュー答えてくださる方を、探しておりますけども、皆さんぜひね参加していただきたいと思います。さあインタビュー答えてくれるんでしょうか。はい、もうマイクを持ったスタッフがですね、いかんせん日本人でちょっと控え気味なんですけども、皆さんぜひね、インタビューの方ご協力いただきたいと思います。さあ、皆さん、これ日本の方でしょうかね。こんにちは、いかがですか。
こんにちは。
こんにちは。
Where are you from? May I ask where you from?
I'm Sky from New Zealand.
From New Zealand. ニュージーランドからいらっしゃいました。All right. You guys look like a team.
Yes, we are.
All right.
Truth Academy team.
Oh, the
Truth Academy. So we are learning from Kuma-san.
Oh, Kuma-san. そう、Kuma-sanのお弟子さんなんですね。
そういうことか。
Can you guys, like the whole team, stand up, please, for a second?
Yeah.
All right. Aye.
すごい、熊さんの。
熊さん。すごいです。Do you have anything to say to Kuma-san? Oh, actually, I think we're going back to the race right now. Starting to warm up here for the finals. Okay, thank you so much for the interview.
Thank you guys.
さあ、というわけでですね。
3位決定戦が入りますね。
はい、3位決定戦。
準備ができました。
So let's see who's going to win third place. さあ、ゴーチャの車もですね、だいぶボコボコ加減がですね、
ガムテープがすごい増えてますよね。
目につきますけども、さあ、ここは横井選手、そしてゴーチャ選手の戦いとなります。日露の、戦いで3位決定戦となりますね。And now, ladies and gentlemen, FIA Intercontinental Drifting Cup Battle Tournament 3位決定戦です。
Car number 12 from Japan, Masashi Yokoi versus from Russia, car number 19, Gocha!
3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, comes our third place battle. We have Gocha versus Yokoi.
So let's do this one more time.さあ、同時にスタートしました。この場所取りが。
What a big straight in there from Yokoi. All right, so watch this. Watch the lead car, Yokoi, right about here. Straightens a bit. Gocha. Bit of collision there. Gocha, all four brakes, all four wheels locked up. And straightens up again now. That's interesting. Who will be determined to be at fault there? Obviously, Yokoi making a big mistake on a critical part of the track. Remember, we saw these two guys go up against each other yesterday. Yokoi and Gocha, it's their second time going to battle this weekend. We had an incident in their first battle as well. This time it seems like Yokoi is the one who's causing the incident.
セクター1の入り口のところでちょっとゴーチャ選手が、横井選手に追突をしてるんですね。左側のバンパーが、ちょっと割れてたと思うんですけど、それがねちょっと破片が飛んだので、その辺がジャッジは多分見てると思いますので、まあこの辺が、足して引いてどうなるか、
数字として現れるのかというところですね。はい、このね手前でもう
Let's watch this replay one more time. Watch the lead car, Yokoi. right about here, you can see him straighten out. Look, you see, it's quite easy to see the car change its angle, whereas Gotcha is still at full angle here. So front wheels lock up, rear wheels lock up on Gotcha's car. Sliding out. There's not much he can do here, except try to avoid collision as best as possible.
でちょっとこちらから見るとゴーチャの方がこう出遅れたかなっていう印象があったんですけれども、
ちょっとこれは違うみたいですね。
横井選手の方に金来てるという、
ちょっとミスがあって、ただそれに、そこで言えばね、圧倒的にゴーチャ選手が有利になるんですけども、その手前でスタートして直後に接触があったように見えたので、それがジャッジの方でどう減点があるかどうか。
さあ3位決定戦、横井選手そしてゴーチャ選手の戦い。
And then we have the result there. So a 7 to Gotcha, 5.5. So obviously that incident there, Yokoi having points taken away from him. So Gotcha, great position here to get third place. So if that happens, we're going to see 2 Russians on the podium here today. Gotcha, great position. He's in right here, 7 to 5.5. So this time Gotcha in the lead. Yokoi is going to do everything he can to win. Once again, another great battle between these two. Look at this, Yokoi taking a tactical entry here as fast as possible, tucking in on the left side of Gotcha, taking that inside line, doing everything he can to get on Gotcha's door, and now he's going to stay there for the rest of this run. Look how close these two are. Yokoi and Gotcha's car slowly becoming more and more battle damaged over the weekend. After multiple collisions. A lot of damage on Gotcha's car there. So many close fights, bare knuckle fights he's been in. But is this the knockout blow here, Yokoi? He's been right on Gotcha's door for the entire run since that first corner. But Gotcha with the 7 advantage to Yokoi's 5.5. Could it potentially go the other way? Are we going to see an even score? Yokoi could potentially win this. There's a slim chance, but it could happen. Yokoi's run was absolutely amazing, but that big mistake in that first run, taking a lot of points away from Yokoi. All right, so we're about to get the results back from the EDS. And an even score. Yokoi, a 10 on Yokoi's chase. I mean, we both saw that run. Yokoi from the first corner to the last corner was no more than a meter away from Gotcha's door. So a 15.5 even score between these two. We're going to see Gotcha and Yokoi run one more time here at Odaiba.
車体大丈夫ですかね。かなりもう継ぎはぎだらけになってましたけど。ガ
ムテープみたいなね、もう。
さあどうなったでしょうかね。はい。ゴーチャ選手。ゴーチャ選手。
See there, Gotcha. He has to battle one more time. For third place.
2日間のもう心なしかこう声を荒げてるんではないかというようなね厳しい表情を見せていますけども。
選手とするとね、もうこの約2、30秒あるじゃないですか、もしかしたらね、息してないんじゃないかなっていう感じなんですよね、多分息を止めて、走ってる可能性もあるんで、かなりね、体力が消耗しますよね。 助手席から降りましたよね。もしかしたらさっき横井選手に接触をセクター2でしてて、ドアが開かないんじゃないですか。
ああ、なるほど。さっきちょっとへこんでましたもんね。確かに
運転席のドアが開かないのかもしれませんよね。
さあ果たしてワンモアタイムになるんでしょうか。
ワンモアタイムね。であとはそのタイヤ交換だったり、この後どうやって攻めるか。もしかしたらそのタイヤが、新品タイヤが残ってない可能性もあるんですよね。
そんなことあるんですね。
相
当厳しい表情になってますけれども、
ちょっとねタイヤがないのか、なんかアルカーシャも相談してますよね。
もう何をどんなコミュニケーションなんでしょうかね、今のは。
バチバチではないんですね、やっぱり。
バチバチじゃないです。
仲良し。
仲良しですね。
どうするみたいな。俺ら。
どうしたらいいかな。タイヤ。
どうしようって感じね。
熊久保さん。
Okay, Greg, what's up?
ちょっとインタビューしようと思ったけど、ちょっとこの雰囲気じゃないんですよね。
確かに、確かに。
まあちょっと離れて見ときますわ。
どんな様子ですか？
アルカシはね、この後決勝を控えてるんで。
ですよね。集中力はやっぱ半端ない。
そうですね。
ピリピリしてるね。
ニュータイヤがあるのか。ちょっとタイヤが映んないんで。
今
タイヤ交換をしてるのか。
もう整備してますけどもね。
タイヤをまだ組んでないので。もしかしたらタイヤを組み替えに出してて、まだタイヤが来ないんじゃないですか。もしかしてニュータイヤが。まだ車にタイヤを装着してないんですよね。でそれが多分メカニックがその前の戦いの時に使ったタイヤをもうすでにタイヤ交換に新品タイヤの入れ替えに行って、つけてますね。これニューなんですか。ゴーちゃん自分でやってます。
自分でやってますね。
これニュータイヤですね。
ニュー
タイヤ、あれニュータイヤを一回外してまた付け替えてますよね。あれ、
一体どんなコミュニケーションが今なされているのか。
ニュータイヤじゃなくて、具合のいい中古タイヤで、行った方がフィーリングがいいのか、それともニュータイヤでも何か例えばホイールサイズが違って、入れ替えてしまったのか、ホイールサイズが違うと、タイヤのグリップする面が変わりますんで、ちょっとその辺が何か不具合があったのか。
やっぱり反対側から乗り込んでますね。
これ運転席が開かないですね。ドアが開かないんですね。
さあそして、横井選手の方はどんな状態なんでしょうか。さっきヘッドライトがもう片方いっちゃってましたね。横井選手も。
横井選手は多分落ち着いてると思うので、こういう場は慣れてますし、あとメカニックがね、今の気温だったりこういう状況でエアはこのぐらいセットすればいいというのは大体分かってますから、でここで最終的にドライバーと、メカで、確認をして、さあどうする。これ映像を見てるんじゃないですか。さっきの追走のもしかしたら違うかな。でそれを見てゴーチャ選手がどの辺を通るかとか、どうやって入ってきてるかっていうのを確認して、もう一回頭の中でね走りを整理して、そうですね、これなんか動画を
これ携帯で撮って。
そうですね、多分メカニックが、動画を撮っといて、モニターの映像を撮っといて、それを今横井選手に見せて、ゴーチャ選手こういうラインでこうやって走ってたよと。
じゃさっきのアルカーシャさんもずっと携帯見てたのって、次に
もしかしたら次の備えて
走りをチェックしてるって相手の
川端選手の走りをチェックしたのかもしれませんよね。
かなり熱心に見られてますね。
そうですね、
今って携帯なんですね。
そうですね。もう横井選手はもう大体もう準備が整ってますね。
さあ準備万端。ワンモアタイムということで、
両者も準備ができましたね。多分両者、ニュータイヤだと思いますので、タイヤのウォームアップは入ると思います。
これ風も出てきましたけど、
はい
風っていうのはそのカーレースには影響するんですか？
そんなに影響しないですね。はい。
まあドリフトの場合はやはりこの温度の方ですかね、気温とか。
そうですね。気温とかやっぱ路面温度っていうのは
路面温度
はい、大きく出ますよね。
さあ、両者位置につきます。ワンモアタイムとなりました。サードプレイスマッチ。
Right, so after that short break, to give these two competitors a chance to sort their cars out, change their tyres, make sure they're all okay for the battle they're about to do. We're going to see this one more time, third place battle.
今 ETS のチェック入っております。やはり今回はこの導入が
Between Gotcha and Yokoi.
そうですね。まあこれもね、ゴチャ選手もたくさん走ってますので、いろんな振動が出てますのでね。
はい、ゴチャが手振ってます。Alright, ゴチャ、good luck。
なんか笑顔の中に闘志メラメラっていう、はい、感じですよね。
はい。譲る気は全くないぞと。
ないですね。
さあ、そして横井選手、どんな表情を見せるんでしょうか。もう一点集中してますね。
完全に横井選手は集中して、はい、自分の通る場所を確認してますよね。はい。
さあ、ゴーチャ選手再び、ポジションにつきます。
ゴーチャ選手はここで位置取りをしっかり。
はい。はい。さあ、それでは参りましょう。ワンモアタイム出ましたが、third place match. Here we go.
Car number 12 from Japan, Masashi Yokoi versus from Russia, car number 19, Gotcha!
3, 2, 1, go!
Here comes the one more time battle for third place, Gotcha versus Yokoi. Once again, another amazingly close battle between these two. Yokoi already hard on the accelerator, setting his car up to flick it round. Look at that flick on Yokoi's car at full angle. Almost immediately. Chase car Gotcha just struggling a bit there to try and catch up with Yokoi. Lacking a lot of angle. Gotcha's car really low angle on that S15 Silvia. 2JZ in the lead, SR20 engine in the background, but seemingly very evenly matched these cars.
ちょっと変な動きをしてたんだ。ちょっとペテンしてクッキー入れるか交換するか。はい。今そのやり最中、分かったらすぐまたリポートします。
So Gotcha, quite a few mistakes for him there, but still very close to Yokoi for the entire run. Great effort.
ビートってね、タイヤとホイールのところの、これですね、ホイールからタイヤが外れてしまう状態ですよね。このタイヤだと多分横井選手のタイヤです。はい。このタイヤは難関タイヤなので横井選手の車ですね。はい。横井選手なので、これ多分エアをここで入れて、
So Yokoi's car looking like it's
感じですかね。はい。
May have knocked the beat off slightly, losing a bit of air pressure. Of course, they do get a chance between runs to adjust their air pressure. Of course, he can't change tyres between runs. So if the tyre was debeated completely, could potentially get knocked out. But Yokoi refilling the tyres pressure. He has to get back to the start line as quickly as possible. Here he goes, so Yokoi. So we're going to see the result between these two. Still a very close run. But Yokoi, not the greatest lead run. Gotcha, with him, not the greatest angle. on Gocha's chase run, but still very close for the entire time. That may get him an advantage. Hopefully it's not another even score. We have at least one in front of the other. Of course, Gotcha in the back there, very close for the entire run. And a 6 to Gotcha in the chase position. Still very low score for both of them on that run. It wasn't a great run from either one.
Here we go.
Ready, go!
Oh, and a collision! Yokoi running into the side of Gotcha's car. It looks like this battle has been decided. Let's watch the replay here. It looked like, look at Yokoi. Yokoi with a 1-point disadvantage going into this. His fury run right up against the door of Gotcha. Very aggressive from the chase position. But he watched the flick back here. Yokoi tucking into Gotcha, but making tire-to-tire contact. Jumping up. See the front wheels there. Forcing the steering to steer all the way to the left. Throwing him off his line and straightening up. If Yokoi was only a few centimeters further back, that wouldn't have been a problem. But what happened there was Yokoi's front left tire came into contact with the front right tire of Gotcha's car. And obviously they're spinning in opposite directions. And that caused Yokoi's car to launch up in the air. So it looks like we may have two Russians on the podium here at the FIA IDC. Yesterday it was 2 Japanese drivers and a Russian. Today it looks like it's going to be 2. We're still waiting for the official result between the battle of Yokoi and Gotcha for 3rd place. Of course, straight after that we're going to go into the final between Kawabata and Saragratsev. So there we have our 2 competitors for the 3rd place battle, Yokoi and Gotcha. Of course, Gotcha in the first battle, a 6-5, already with an advantage. But in that run, Yokoi so close, but then colliding with Gotcha's car. Is that going to be determined to be an unforced error for Yokoi? And will he get a penalty? And he does. A -2 penalty to Yokoi for colliding. Wow. See, that was such a close run for the entire run. Yokoi did actually get a 9.5 versus Gotcha's 8.5, but that little tire touch right at the end, launching Yokoi's car up in the air, losing him the drift. That would have been a win for Yokoi, but that penalty there, -2 points. 12.5 Yokoi, 14.5 Gotcha. Gotcha 3rd place here today at leg 2 of the FIA IDC. So that means 2 Russians on the podium here today. But who is going to take 1st place? Kawabata or Sadogratsev. Our first place battle coming up in only a few minutes.
Happy 100%, but anyway, I'm happy.
Awesome job. 車があんま安定してないし、でみんながバランスが崩れた、それでも 100% いって頑張ったから、もう結果は出ましたね。
ほっとした表情してますね。
はい、ほっとしたね。急に優しい顔になりましたよね。
いやー、
さっきピリピリでしたもんね。
さあ、もう車体はボコボコになってましたけどもね、本当に熱い走りを見せてくれましたゴーチャ選手が3位に入賞しました。さあ、そして、いよいよ決勝を迎えるわけですけども、ここで決勝戦を前にですね、決勝戦に臨むお二人のインタビュー、お届けしたいと思います。ではグレッグお願いします。はい。
Here we go. Okay. Okay, son. What exactly is your game plan for this run?
Look at my rear wheels. It's 1935.
大きいタイヤつけて思いっきり走っていく予定です。
はい。ね、アルカシャらしい走りを期待したいと思います。さあ、そして川端さんどうでしょうか。
はい、意気込みを。
いや、もう完全優勝でしょ
う。はい。
ナイス。頑張ってください。
はい、昨日に続きね、また。このツイソー優勝を決めたいところですよね。
アルカーシャ選手はもしかしたらこの決勝にタイヤをねサイズを変えてきたみたいです今ね。
そうですね、今言ってましたね。
さっきまで18インチを使ってたのが19インチのちょっと大きめな幅の広いタイヤに変えてきてるので、もっと要は川端選手に追いつくためにね、幅と外径を大きくして、車速が出るように、今タイヤを変えたと思います。
豪快なもう
ただね、テストしてるのかどうかですよね。
そうですよね。いきなり、
そのタイヤを使ったことあるのかどうかっていう。
じゃあその作戦が京都出るか、
そう、吉と出るか京都出るか。もちろんね、多分そこまでしないと川端選手のスピードについていけないんじゃないかっていうところがあるので、そこはもう多分タイヤメーカーさんと話をした上でもう勝負に出たんじゃないかなと思いますね。
わかりました。
作戦をね、
はい、
練って。
いや
決勝ですね。
いや、
ドキドキしますね。
緊張感走りますよね。
はい。ウォームアップ入ります。
さあ、両選手ウォーミングアップに入ります。いよいよこの後決勝を迎えます。FIA Intercontinental Drifting Cup Battle Tournament。
All right, so here we are down to the final battle at the leg 2 of the FIA International Drifting Cup here in Tokyo. We have Kawabata in the GTR versus Sadogratsev from Russia. So we already have one Russian on the podium. In third place, Gotcha. Third place, who's going to be in first? Are we going to get a Russian in first place? Remember, Kawabata was the winner yesterday as well. He's already on a win streak. Can he take out Sadogratsev? On the other hand, though, Sadogratsev been brilliant all weekend so far. Really brought the fire all the way over from Russia here to Tokyo. Let's see I really have no idea what's going to happen. Let us know in the chat who you think is going to win. I think it's going to be fairly obvious if the Russians are going to be going for Sadogratsev. But we are about to start this next battle. They are lining up on the start line. All right, here we go. Let's cut back to the camera on the start line.
テストしてなければ
そうですね。
わからないんですよ。なのでさすがにねこれはねなかなかやらないギャンブルだと思います。
どうなっちゃうんだろう。
さあね、それを決勝戦でまたね。
決勝戦だねこの場でね、使うってすごいですよね。
All right, ladies and gentlemen, FIA Intercontinental Drifting Cup Battle Tournament, the finals.
Car number 13 from Japan, Masato Kawabata versus car number 20 from Russia, Arkasha.
3, 2, 1, go!
Here we go, final battle here at Odaiba. Kawabata in the lead, Sadogratsev in the chase. Wow, the speed of the lead car there, Kawabata. This is one of the fastest cars here. He's running on huge Toyo tires, R888 semi-slicks. He's got a huge amount of power too. That full Trust-Greddy engine. Sadogratsev has a lot of ground to make up here. And look at this, slowly being pulled away from. And the amount of angle there, look at the amount of angle on the GTR. It's not looking too good so far for Sadogratsev. Still though, good chase run from Sadogratsev. Look at this, good angle. The GTR there, the headlights sort of winking at us. Wow, an amazing result, 8.5 for the chase car. So a disadvantage to Kawabata going into the chase. We've seen this before. We've seen this before with Kawabata. When he does his lead run, getting a lower score than we expected for some reason. We've got sparks flying, we've got dirt flying, rubber flying, flames popping. Look at the lead car there. Sparks flying out from the rear of Kawabata's car, but look at this, flames popping, but the lead car there. Go Rossia! Look at the GTR following right on the door of Arcady. But here we go, here's the important part of this course. Look at this, of this run. Right on the door there, Kawabata flicks the rear of his car around and hits the door of Sadogratsev's Skyline, knocking him offline. Kawabata tucking it over the inside. That is going to be a collision penalty, I'm going to say, for Kawabata. But once again, it was a collision right on the critical part of that corner. We've seen collisions before today which haven't resulted in a penalty, but that's been because they've been in the middle of a corner where the car is already stable. But on that run, that was right on the apex of that corner when Arcady's car was right on the middle of rotating around. And you see there Kumakuba having a bit of a talk about what he just saw. Kawabata's car hitting the door of Sadogratsev's Skyline. So let's watch this again. Who is at fault here? Watch the line these guys take. Sadogratsev, a middle line for the lead car. Nothing that would warrant needing to do that. But Kawabata, look how aggressive. He's almost 2 wheels off on the inside. There's not really any reason for him to do that there. Pushing Arcady off his line there, and Kawabata completing the run as he should, and also Arcady completing the run as he should as well. So this is going to go down to the judges to determine who gets what as far as penalties go. So we saw this yesterday in the run between Goccia and Yokoi. There was a collision on a critical part of the course which caused Yokoi to spin out. And that took quite a while to make that decision. Of course, we are here now in the finals. Kawabata versus Sadogratsev. Collision there. Kawabata, should he get a penalty? And then we have it, the winner Your winner today, leg 2 of the FIA IDC, Russia, Arkady Tsaragradzev, taking the win over Kawabata, 11.5 to 10. Your winner is from Russia, Arkady Tsaragradzev. Congratulations, first place. Masato Kawabata, second place. And of course, Gotcha in third. We have 2 Russians on the podium here this weekend. So once again, just recapping that score. First run, 8 to Kawabata, 8.5 to Arkady, so he had the advantage. And then the second run, a 4 to Kawabata, a 3 to Arkady, but a -2 penalty being applied to Kawabata's overall score means that Arkady gets the win. He's your first place podium getter this weekend for leg 2 of the FIA IDC here in Tokyo. Amazing result yesterday. Even more amazing result today. Russian drifting showing its strength here on the world stage here in Japan for the first ever FIA IDC event here in Tokyo. Amazing result. Taking out the R35 GTR of Kawabata. Of course, Kawabata yesterday, first place. Arkady yesterday, third place. This time the other way around. Amazing result. So here we have the final results here. So once again, it's an unbelievable result. All the Russians watching this must be absolutely ecstatic with the results of I know the Russians watching in the stands this weekend definitely are. We have quite a few people cheer. The loudest people cheering from the grandstands this weekend were definitely the Russian team. And when that result came up, wow, what a result for Arkady Tsaragradzev here. Of course, the cars there parked in the Parc Ferme area. Of course, this is the FIA. We have all the FIA rules we have to use this weekend. So once again, thank you for being with us here this weekend. My name is Alexi Smith, otherwise known as Noriaro on YouTube. Check it out. I've got lots of great drifting videos from here in Japan. Thanks for being with us here this weekend for 2 full days of drifting action at the FIA IDC from Tokyo, the first ever round of drifting being held by the FIA. It was great to see. If you looked at the FIA homepage yesterday, it had the Formula 1,